Hey everyone, Jake with my Bringback, and we're continuing right where we left off. So if you're a little bit lost or don't know what I'm talking about, revisit some of the previous tutorial series on the iPhone app and iPhone, iPad app development that we're going through, and that'll bring you up to speed real quick. But what we're going to do is we in the last tutorial series we actually linked our IB outlets to our instant variables and basically told them who they are, gave them an identity, and now we're actually going to go in and tell them what actions we want each text field, each button to pursue. So right now we're looking at the view. We're going to go back into the controller, and we're going to go into the header, and you can see we've got two actions established. What we're going to do is copy those, take them into our implementation file, our .m, which is still our controller. Go and return a few times so we can start the implementation and give ourselves a little space. You're going to go ahead and paste your two actions in. You can already see we've got an alert, and I'll tell you why here. Because in this, when you go into the implementation, you're actually going to take out the semicolon and add a bracket there. Now, as you return, you'll see an autocomplete. You can see this bracket right here appeared, which seals that action together. We'll do the same thing with the clear function here, putting that bracket there, returning, and that gets rid of your errors right away. So what we're going to do is within this implementation folder, we're going to tell our events, our actions, we're going to tell them what methods we want them to do. And so this may be a little bit complex at first, but I'm just going to write it out, and then we'll kind of explain it as we go. And then also in later tutorial series, we'll touch on some of this as we learn the Objective-C and what it means with the methods and the events and everything else. So just kind of follow along for now, and we'll bring you up to speed. So what we're going to do with this calculate, we actually want to bring all the elements together. We want to tell basically the first value box, whatever the value is, add that to the second value, value 2 text box, and then also give us a display. So we're going to do that by floating x. So we're going to have a variable that's attached to value 1, naming it a text there, and then giving that a value as well. Don't forget the semicolon. So what we've done is we've told variable x, you're going to be equivalent to whatever the text field says you're going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to establish another variable, let's just say c. And what we're going to do is we're going to say we want x to sum with or add with, and then we're going to go value 2, give it a float value. Alright, so basically what we're saying is float c, you're going to be equivalent to x being value 1, plus value 2 text field there. And so now that we have those two established, those two variables established, now we're going to say what we want you to add together, and then we want you to be put into the totals text box for us. So we're going to write out total.text, and then this is going to be a little bit above where we're at now, but again, we'll explain it later. We're going to put a string in there. We're going to allocate that. Don't worry about this right now. We're just going with the basics. We're going to give it a formatting. So basically we want to say where we want these variables and this summation to look like. And again, we'll touch on this a little bit later, but basically this is saying we only want 2 places past the decimal place. And sorry, I'm a little out of, I click return there and I didn't mean to. Alright, so that finishes there. Semicolon. Okay, so basically we're saying variable C right here, which is the total, we want you to be this format and put yourself in the total field, the total label that we've established. Alright, so that ends the our function or our action calculate. So when they click the action or the calculate button, this is what's gonna happen. Okay, now the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add the clear button function here. So basically we're gonna say value1 dot text. When clear is clicked, we want you to return nothing in your field. Same thing with value2. Again, man, I'm having a hard time there. We want you to return nothing, and then finally for the last, we want the totals field to show nothing again. Okay, so again, we may be going a little bit fast, but again, I just wanted to show you what we're going through, what we're trying to accomplish, so you can get kind of a big picture of what we're looking at. Okay, so we put in our methods, our implementation. So now we go back to the view, and so let me explain what we just did. We basically told this calculate button, whenever I'm clicked, we're going to take value 1 or x, and we're going to add it with value 2, and these two combined is going to be instant variable C, which is going to show up in this right here. And then we're going to do what we did is when we click this button, we want this to equal 0, this to equal nothing, and this to equal nothing as well. Sorry, not 0, but nothing. Nothing should be appeared in that box. So those are the two methods that we put in place. Now the only way to test to see if it's actually put in place right and that we've got everything correct is go ahead and run your application there. Click run as a building, compiling, stuff like that. We'll see what turns up. Alright, so far so good. No errors, no nothing yet. We're gonna blow it up. Alright, let's go ahead and put in some figures. Click calculate. Perfect. Alright, it looks like it's rounding to 2 places after the decimal. Perfect. We've got the addition working correctly. Centered within the box there. It looks good. Everything does. And the last thing, let's just make sure the clear works. And there we go again. So it cleared out your fields. And now we've implemented, we've told those methods, we've told those objects what we want them to do with their methods that they're going to accomplish. So stay tuned. We're going to go through some more advanced features on how to actually implement different aspects of the app development, and specifically working with Xcode 4. So again, subscribe, let us know what you're looking at, what you're needing help with, and we'll do our best to help you out. Peace out.